Hai, selamat pagi AWANI Pagi jam ini bersama saya Farhan Hakimi dan rakan penyampai Nur Syazwani Saiful Syam. Dan di jam ini kita akan membahaskan berkenaan dengan isu kanak-kanak. Tetapi kita tahu juga dasar kanak-kanak negara yang baru sahaja dilancarkan disifatkan sebagai salah satu langkah memperkukuhkan usaha menjaga kebajikan kumpulan berkenaan. Dan menurut Menteri Pembangunan Wanita, Keluarga dan Masyarakat Datuk Seri Nancy Shukri baru-baru ini, dasar itu juga akan memastikan suara kanak-kanak didengar dan diambil kira dalam setiap keputusan yang memberi kesan kepada masa depan mereka.
Ya, pada masa sama Farhan, ada 4 objektif dalam dasar tersebut iaitu membentuk insan seimbang, berperibadi unggul, progresif serta mempunyai nilai-nilai murni ke arah kesejahteraan Malaysia. Tetapi kita nak faham bagaimana peranan yang boleh dimainkan oleh badan-badan NGO untuk membantu memperkasakan dasar ini, dan antara NGO yang kami bawa ke studio hari ini adalah Children Protection Society atau CPS yang difahamkan berperanan untuk melindungi kanak-kanak yang diabaikan. Jadi bersama kami di studio ketika ini adalah di sebelah saya kita ada Tengku Astro, Chairman CPS KL, dan juga Nawiza Arif, Vice Chairman untuk CPS KL. Thank you for being with us today, this morning. Thank you so much. So maybe Tengku Asra, you can explain more for this dasar yang kita we talk about just now. What are the role that CPS played in to making sure that can be a realization?
Well, CPS KL was formed because I think we need more social awareness for crimes against children, sexual abuse against children, neglect, abandonment. I don't feel that we have enough of a platform for this issue in the nation currently. And I think we aim to start somewhere, to educate, to create a maximum impact social awareness for such topics.
Yeah, I think perhaps Nawiza, perhaps you can touch like what measures does CPS advocate to prevent crimes against children? As you know, unfortunately, there are many crime cases related to children, which are very rampant these days, and we have a lot of latest news being reported relating to this kind of case.
Well, what CPS Penang has done for many years is that we take in children and protect them from being abused by their family members or anyone, right? What we do is that we take them in, we care for them, we give them love, we send them to school, we give them a normal life. And with that, we also try to work with the welfare department to try to see how we can get this done a bit better. I mean, if there are cases, if the child has cases, we would work with the police department as well to try to solve this case, but the thing is that we are at a point where we do not really know the steps. It's not that we don't know the steps are always stagnant somewhere. Like, okay, we get the child, we keep the child, and then we give them a normal life, and then the next step is to go to the police. Make a police report. And after that, what happens after that? That is what why CPS KL has been created as well, is because we want Malaysia, we want the ministry to know that this is serious, and we need to not only stop at a point, we need to go all the way to make sure that the child is safe. So I guess we are still working towards that.
That's right.
Yes. But we understand also CPS KL is the next chapter of CPS. There have been one in Penang. We've interviewed one also. We were in Penang previous days. It's been 33 years now 32. This year, right?
Correct.
32 years,
Correct.
okay. So what are the difference between CPS in Penang and also in KL,
CPS Penang, they formed a home, they house children who've been abused or neglected, abandoned, even single mothers who need the help. And they've been doing a great, amazing job over there. As you know, you visited the home. CPS KL, the difference is more as I said, educational and social awareness. I don't think many understand the basic concept of, you know, child safety, and I think that's what we want to explain today. It's really educating the general public on basic concept asas of child protection and child safety.
So that's the role that CPSKL plays for children
That's right.
protection.
Yeah, we don't have a home at the moment, but the home is in Penang, but we work towards that. But at the moment, I think it's just creating an impactful awareness, setting up programs, setting up meet and greet situation, even coming up with our own roadshow to schools, to B40 home
areas,
communities. Sorry, communities. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think one of the best tools to actually create awareness or actually instill a certain kind of mindset is through education.
Yes.
So, you know, are there specific training programs or workshops that CPS offers to, you know, these educators all around Malaysia?
At the moment, right now, CPSKL has we have our first Educating the Educators program that will be happening in Penang next month. Penang is just a home to home children, so we don't have enough workers to, you know, who can sit back and think about, you know, all these programs. So I'm glad that CPSKL has come about. So our first program is going to be, please, the title of the seminar is going to be, Please Respect My Boundaries. And it's going to be Educating the Educators. So we're going to have that in Penang for 2 days, where we're going to be inviting children from children's home to come for a book reading. We are working very closely with this makcik organization. So they're going to come to Penang to do a book reading, and the second day we're going to be opening up to the public for them to come and learn how to convey these messages to the younger children. We are focusing more on the 5-year-old up to about 11 years old, and about safe touches, cyberbullying, you know, when to and us as an adult, how we can identify that a child has been abused. Sometimes you don't know, but you have to, you know, be really clever in picking out how you know that this child has got a problem or not. So we are going to be, makcik organization is going to be teaching us, training us how to convey these messages to the younger generation.
But if we talk about educators as well, obviously there will be challenges where maybe some cases are different, some cases are going to be handled differently. So how does CPS help to overcome all these, you know, minor or major issues in making sure that whatever is trying to be delivered can be delivered to the children, especially?
So I think it's important, yes, the challenges we face, I mean, we will have cultural taboos to begin with. You know, us being from the Asian culture, such topics are perhaps still uncommon to be discussed in households. And, you know, the humiliation, the shame that comes with it. We want to make sure that the children who suffered, or the single mothers, or out there who have experienced the type of abuse and neglect, come out of their despair with dignity. And so identifying sexual predators is also one difficult task, you know. I don't know if the child would be able to say if a family member had committed the crime, and how do they go about. So the challenges are, you know, they feel like they are betraying a family member or a friend or a teacher. So all this, the educators really have to be trained on a psychological level, you know, probably having counseling training by professional psychiatrists, child psychologists. So I mean, we take it one step at a time. But I think the most important is educators are sincerely wanting to find out, take an interest in the children, to nurture, and basically to just ask, what's wrong? Is there anything wrong? You can tell me, you can trust me. And also that this is not something we should feel humiliated or embarrassed about. This is something we should be angry about if we were to encounter such a situation involving a child.
Well, talking about societal taboos, right? Of course, this also leads to fear of repercussions, because some of these children might perceive when they report, certain cases that related to them, they might get certain stigmas or backlashes from certain individuals who have this kind of mindset. So, how does CPS address societal taboos that hinder open discussions about child protection?
But before we go on to that question, right, going back to the question that Tengku Azra was answering, a child, I've been working with CPS Penang for more than 30 years now, right? The thing is that when a child comes to us, they don't even know that they have been abused. That is something that is really, really sad. They come to us and then they don't know why they are with us as well. Because things that are happening in their household to them is normal. My father is touching me like this.
That's normal.
My brother is doing this to me. Oh, it's okay because they love me.
That's right.
They do not know that it is not right. It is not normal. So this is where we come in, and we need to teach these children who have not been taught at home, family don't speak widely about it at home anymore, that, hey, listen, your father shouldn't be bathing you, or brother, or you shouldn't be showering with your brother anymore at the age of 8 years old, and this and that, So the sad part is that these children don't know what is right to wrong. That is what we want to address first. And coming back to your question, I guess
we have to retrain their thought process, and that is a challenge, but it's something that we want to pursue. And
we just have to tell the public that it's okay. It's okay. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Everybody in life would have gone through something similar, but not as severe as you, but we can make it better for you. So let us help you to work towards it, to gain your confidence again, to make you a child again. Every children deserves a childhood, and nobody should take that away from them. So that is our mission.
Yes, and of course, definitely professional advice and help has to, intervene, because only they will be able to, there would be trauma involved, there would be psychological trauma that will, may take it into their adulthood. And so I think we will try and,
we want
cushion it as best as possible. That, don't forget, these children will be our future generation. So I think it's important that we nurture and cushion the impact of such social ills,
Okay.
What we would like to have in CPSKL is one day when it grows bigger, we'd like to have a child psychologist working with us. We'd like to have our own talian phone call that a child can just pick up the phone and call, and somebody is always there. So we want to make it big. We want to make it known that, any child that is in trouble, CPS is where you can go to, because they can help you. They're not going to push you away.
That's right.
So inshallah.
That's right. Inshallah.
Yes. Obviously, it's going to it needed to have so many people together in making sure that will become a reality. Okay, kita ada banyak lagi yang nak dibincangkan, tapi kita perlu berhenti rehat seketika. Kita kembali lagi selepas ini.
Gempur di AWANI 7.45.
Asia tumpuan utama dunia. Dengan ekonomi yang semakin rancak, pembangunan lestari dan tenaga boleh diperbaharui, apakah pula impak kecerdasan buatan AI dalam perkembangan teknologi dan masa depan pekerjaan? Kami mendalami setiap berita dan cerita. Saksikan diskusi, dialog dan laporan khas di Agenda AWANI Asia bersama koresponden khas kami setiap Sabtu 9 malam di semua platform Astro AWANI.
Penyasaran subsidi diesel di Semenanjung tidak akan memberi kesan kepada harga barangan keperluan di Sabah, Sarawak dan Labuan.
660 individu berusia bawah 21 tahun di Sarawak telah diberikan kewarganegaraan.
Sarawak kini menjalinkan kerjasama dengan Bank Dunia dalam menjayakan perdagangan karbonnya.
Bersatu pertahankan hutan kita!
Kau tak takut ke? Sejarah berulang kembali.
Baik, bertemu kembali dalam AWANI Pagi bersama saya Farhan Hakimi dan rakan penyampai Nur Syazwani Saiful Syam masih lagi membincangkan berkenaan dengan Children Protection Society CPS, sebuah NGO yang memberi ataupun berperanan untuk melindungi kanak-kanak yang diabaikan, melibatkan beberapa kes lah. Baik, kita akan bersama dengan Tengku Astro, Chairman CPS KL dan juga Nawiza Arif yang merupakan Vice Chairman CPS KL. I would like to pose this question to Tengku first. Since its establishment, right? What are some of the biggest accomplishments and like what was the driving force? To establish this NGO?
Well, due to the rampant cases of child crimes in Malaysia recently, our founder and President Datuk Sri Nazir Arif held an emergency meeting actually with the both of us, and we discussed that there's just so much more to be done. There's so much more information needed to get out there. And so one of CPS KL's first campaign was on TikTok and on social media called Jangan Sentuh Saya, which was led by our spokesperson, Tengku Yasmin. And that gained a lot of attention from the public. And then when Tengku Yasmin spoke on the social media for trend dark site, jual diri di social media, that garnered over 200,000 views, with even counsellors approaching us online and saying, please touch on this topic more because I'm counselling so many more children who've been involved, who've been exploited in such abuse online, and we need the help. So that's how it all started, and we just went. We just bulldozed in social media, basically, with such topics, and we got very good rapport, good response, and so the momentum is just going since.
Yeah. Nawiza, just now you talk about future planning. Of course, there are so many things that you guys trying to achieve. But in order to achieve that, is there any specific working together with, for example, maybe law enforcement or any other community organization in making sure that with the same aim, all of us can achieve the same aim?
Yes. So moving forward, I mean, we are fairly new here in KL, right? But moving forward, we want to open up. We want to work with as many NGOs or many organizations that that work with children, be it Ministry of Education, Ministry of Defense, Police Force, right? Maybe Women's Center for Change or anything. We are open to working with anybody that would want to make this a better. I mean, anybody who wants to improve. No. You can cut that.
Okay.
Working with any organization that that would like to, help us on this champion this topic on this child abuse and whatnot. So please, you know, we are open and we're open to and we're willing to work with anybody just to protect the children. So that is our future plans.
Yeah, Tunku, could you share like any success stories where CPS intervention has helped, you know, preventing a child-related crime?
I think Nawiza would be the expert to answer that, especially with CPS homes have rescued a lot of children and single mothers, and especially when you visited, you must have met most of them. So
we have had so many success stories. Like when I used to work there 20 years ago, we used to have children as small as 3 years old been living with us, and there are a couple. There are so many, but as I can remember, 2 or 3 has been with us ever since they were 3, 4 years old. They've lived with us, we've sent them to school, they've graduated, we managed to get foster parents to come and foster the child. Some were even sent to Australia to go and continue their studies. And now it's working in a big corporation. And what is nice about it is that they still come back. They still come back and they still help. You know, we have a lot of success story. Alhamdulillah, we do. You know, so that is our aim. Our aim is not to take the children to keep them with us, but to repair them. You know, the word repair them, make them children again. Some would want to stay with us and never want to go back, but we can't force them to go back. Some would want to go back and live with their family. But success story, I can guarantee you there's a lot of success stories.
Alhamdulillah. With cases going on right now, like you said just now, is just alarming, and we have to move forward in making sure all children are protected. So, but one of the biggest issue is about donation, you know, in making sure that NGO moves, you guys need to have donations. So nowadays, one of the main issues is how are the breakdown of donations, who or maybe how funds are allocated within one NGO itself. So how does CPS look at this issue?
Well, currently CPS Penang, for over 32 years, they have been very transparent, and I think Nawiza is the expert too.
Funds that comes in, I mean, Penang is a small state, right? And when funds that comes in, they come in every other day. People just come and donate. Companies, big corporation, they would come and donate. Recently, Tunku Azra got in touch with the Marriott Hotel as well, and just with that small conversation, they helped us out with their Christmas
Christmas teddy bears.
So getting funds, it's not a problem because everybody, majority wants to contribute for the sake of children. But how we use the money is another thing. Like we are only allowed, I mean, because we are tax exempted organization, so we have to be really transparent, and we are. Every members that are the member of the Children's Protection Society would get a report on their on our financial every single year. There's no transparency. Even the president don't sign the check. No, he doesn't want to have anything to do with money going in and out. 30% of the donations we are allowed to use to fund our programs.
Only 30%.
You know,
that's right.
Support the children, schooling, and makan every day and whatnot. But the other set of money, it's for us to invest. So what we do is that we just keep the money in the bank, invest. Try to, a bit more. But but in terms of funds, no, alhamdulillah, there has not been a problem. So in KL, moving forward, I think, it's doing fundraising. Fundraising.
Exactly.
But when we do fundraising, I guess we have to have, like next year is going to be a lined up of programs. Every month is going to be a program that is going to be run by CPS. So once we have that and once we do fundraising, I don't think that there's going to be a problem with getting funds.
Yeah, just to let you know about the teddy bear donation that the GM of Penang Marriott organized. So it's a big Christmas tree with teddy bears. Each teddy bear is RM99. Every time someone donates, the teddy bear goes to a child at CPS. And we've sold 400 teddy bears, and they had to order another 200.
Yeah.
So the aim was to sell 400, and that got sold out, and another 200 bears are running. So that campaign goes on until the 1st of January in Penang. So there's a lot of givers out there, and a lot of
kind people.
A lot of kind people.
Amazing kind people.
Alhamdulillah.
Just for the sake of the children.
Yeah.
We are blessed.
Yeah,
Yes.
it shows support as well.
Yeah.
From
we are blessed.
Malaysian.
Yeah, we are.
We have a few more minutes. Maybe each one of you can, express your hopes in making sure that KL chapter for CPS is going to really help to protect the children in all issues, not just crime against children, but neglect ones, abandoned ones. So,
well, we have to talk to families and communities, and that's what, as I said earlier, we plan to do some form of roadshow or meet and greet in these communities, in neighborhoods, in schools, in educational institutions, perhaps even in hospitals, children's nurseries at hospital. Just, we're just going to, that is one of our main aim. Because how do you get people aware? I mean, yes, you have social media, but I think it's also a face-to-face talk, meeting with the families, meeting with communities, speaking to children, what's unsafe touch, what's safe touch. Parents who are working, who are only leaving their children with caregivers at home, or the nannies or whatever it is, speaking to the childminders at home as well, explaining what's safe, what's not safe. As I said, basic concepts. Do they do this? Do they teach this in school? Don't talk to strangers. Don't accept gifts from strangers. Don't leave your home if you're going to be alone. Very basic concepts. And I was just asking Nawiza the other day, did you go to school and did they teach you this in school? Did they tell you don't talk to strangers, do not accept gifts from strangers? Because I said, my parents taught me that. But I don't remember any teachers or any school telling me that. I don't know. Do you remember if you were told that in school?
Yeah.
I don't.
I do, but it was like so
Years
long
back,
ago,
okay.
and I think it's a different story now. It's different.
But even just basically, if you were not, you wouldn't get yourself in a compromising situation if you don't talk to strangers. You know, I mean, the safety barriers are there. It's the least we can do. Of course, our problems are so much more now, but just the least you could do is just get children to understand this. So, for example, cases before, terrible cases of child murders, etc. You hear because a child ran out to just the pasar malam down the road and never to be seen again and found murdered. You know, things like that. So I think these are things just to re-educate. I'm not sure if there's enough of such basic concepts in each home, and I think we aim to, you know.
Nawiza, if you want to add on?
Yes, my future hope for CPS KL is to get more volunteers. To get more volunteers, be it students or graduates or either professional, to come and volunteer in CPS. So at least we've got educators, we've got some lawyers, we've got some psychologists and doctors. If we can come together, volunteer and make this happen, I think we will be able to get to our mission. Yes. To save the children.
Baik, itu berkenaan dengan bagaimana kita boleh lakukan orang kata inisiatif ataupun usaha untuk menyelamatkan kanak-kanak ini dari diperlakukan dengan cara yang buruk dan sebagainya lah. Dan untuk itu kita berterima kasih kepada Tengku Asra, Chairman CPS KL, dan juga Nawiza Arif, Vice Chairman CPS KL atas ulasan berkenaan dengan bagaimana kanak-kanak ini boleh dilindungi.
Sepatutnya dilindungi.
dilindungi.
Dan juga bagaimana cara-cara badan-badan NGO jugalah berperanan untuk memastikan
tiada kes-kes sebegini berlaku.
Betul. Okey. Saya kira itu saja apa kongsian yang dapat kami bawakan untuk AWANI Pagi jam ini. Sekian, saya Syazwani Safisham.
Dan saya Farhan Hakimi. Kita jumpa lagi.